Hello everybody, my name is beau-hindman clan. Today is, let's move me around a little bit here. Woo! Today is the 13th of October 2016. Let's make this a little larger too. Why not? Why not? Let's just, no, let's do it about right there. Perfect. And, oops. That's making a sound. And today I'm going to be checking out more Second Life, because it's a fantastic, wonderful experience. Everybody gets to enjoy it, and it's fun for everybody. Everything looks okay, I think. I think you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Okay, today I've got my moon pie, I've got my beer, because it's Second Life, and we are in a not safe for work sim, which means that you might see something that is not safe for work. I have a friend, and this is a friend of a friend, whoa, who said you should really come check out this sim. It's a really cool sim. It is based in 1920s Berlin. Now, I've never been. How do I open the door? I've never been to 1920s Berlin before. I don't know what that would be like. I can't fly, so how do I get out of the gate? What is going on? And it's super dark. So I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna go check out the sim, see what 1920s Berlin was like. I imagine there's kind of some flapper culture going on. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's some drinking and partying. I don't really know. What is wrong with my Second Life? Let's see how I can get around here. I'm going to click on this. Okay, so I landed in here whenever I first started. I can't see a thing. This is a door. Oh, here we go. It's going through this door. Okay. The gate is locked. Well, I get to see the courtyard. Yay! So this is the courtyard of a 1920s. sim in Berlin. I've never been to Berlin, so now I feel like I was locked in a courtyard in Berlin with the best of them. Now, while I'm waiting for maybe the gate to be unlocked, I don't know. As you can see, these little icons up here, I like to explain these a little bit. These little icons mean different things when you see these in a sim. This means that you can't build or anything like that. They do not want you to be able to a sim like this is designed to be like a piece of art. They've crafted the textures, all the different areas. They really want it to be an experience that they are controlling, more like a Disneyland, except in this case Disneyland for adults, of course. But it's more like a Disneyland. They want to make sure that you have an experience that they have thought about. Maybe they're wanting to look authentic. So although I'm not dressed appropriately, you can't see me right now because it's so incredibly dark. Can I jump over? Yes. I jumped. I just jumped over. They're not wanting you to build and add stuff. And then also you're going to have a lot of people griefing it and stuff like that, coming in here and putting graffiti and stuff. So not seeing special sims with no build abilities allowed is really common. This next one here is no pushing, meaning that you cannot allow for scripts and stuff that's going to actually kind of cause people to be pushed physically out of the way. Second Life has collision detection and stuff like that. It's really pretty cool how it works. This one here is no flight. If I can hover over it for you for a second. Why with my mouse? Flying not allowed. That's why whenever I push fly, I'm just going to jump to a point and then land. I'm not actually going to go up anywhere. So that's my jump. I mean, look already in the details in the window here. I'm already looking. Now, whenever I'm in a special sim like this, I could take my camera and I could spy on everything and I could look around and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. Although this probably would be a pretty cool spot to check out, though. I'm not going to do that as much in a controlled sim like this because I don't really like to, as I always like to say, peek through the curtain too much in a sim like this because, you know, the idea is that you're going to this is visiting somebody's dream or somebody's want for a particular experience. So I'm not going to try and show, oh, I know how the trick works or that kind of thing. I like to just kind of walk through and see how it goes. This last one here is voice is not available. Now that's kind of an interesting choice. I'd have to ask Joe Yardley, who owns this sim, I believe. Why not voice? Is that, again, because of griefing or something? I would think that voice is kind of always loud. Although I don't really use voice much. Voice in Second Life actually works pretty darn well. Oh, is that your room? I'm sorry. It comes back and forth. Like, I mean, it has, it'll detect where you're at. And as somebody walks away, it'll be quieter or louder. So yeah, Joe, answer there in chat why you don't allow voice. I'm kind of, see, this is already full of so many cool little things. As I said before, I have not been to Berlin in the 1920s. I have no idea if this is built about a particular town, like if this is built, designed around a particular town or anything like that. Can I go into somebody's room? Oh, look, it knocked. It knocked. Let me turn the sound up a little bit more. I don't have music on because music is often copyrighted, and if you put this on YouTube, which is the only place that you can stream Second Life, you'll get dinged for copyright infringement. Let's look in here. Oops, I hit jump again. There we go. Look at that. Whoa, there's a doggy in the window. Look at that. Look at all the books. I'm gonna look in people's rooms like a creepo. Look at all the library. That is really cool. So already, as I'm looking through it, you're going to start seeing so many little details and stuff. This is really neat. So is the idea, sometimes we turn on voice for special events, but the place is so tightly populated, it'd be a lot of noise. Yeah, and the thing is with voice, too, I've noticed, here comes a train. Listen. I really like this train that runs through. I've also noticed with voice, if you get into a gathering or into a packed spot, it can work wonderfully. You're hanging out, and it's like, hey, cool. Voice is really neat and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden somebody comes on and like, and it's a really horrible sound because they didn't know how to turn on their voice settings or whatever. So let's keep walking. So these must be apartments. Am I wrong in thinking that? See, they got little things on them here. Cardinal Lara Portal. I've been playing a lot of Fallen London lately, and a lot of these sims, like kind of sims that are based in a certain time period or whatever, or if they're older sims or whatever, they really do have a nice appeal. It's very kind of dirty, gritty, you know, but it's also charming. What's the light from here? What's the light source? Oh, is the moon actually creating a light source? Or is it that lamp? That's a nice thing. Look at that. Yeah, that's a cool screenshot. Look. I heard a kitty cat. So this is an abandoned place. Oh. Let's see here. Here's a cafe. Oh, wow. Is it all in German? It should all be in German. Is it? This is in German, but I know what tip poster means. This is German. I don't know what any of this means here. Here's some meat. Ooh, cool. It's like a deli. Okay, in Second Life, sound is great. People often horrible. All right, all houses are apartments rented by people all over the world. Second Life has housing, of course, is featured as a really big part. Ooh, a police station. Ah, got on me. I know what that word means. Polizie. So this is the cops. Cool. I'm gonna write a complaint. 11 entries. I'm gonna write. I want to report Joe Yardley for leaving her cat out in the rain until it flew away, because that's what cats do. Signed, Beau. Submit. I just wrote in the complaint book. That's cool. Okay, I am gonna cheat here for a second. So there's like a desk with like criminals and stuff. There's a back room. I don't know who lives there. Let's go look. Oh, hey. Move. Ah. I can only access if I'm emergency. There's an. I don't want to push the emergency button. That might call the cops. Let's go back out here. You'll get the cops out in front. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Then I can say I was arrested in 1920s Berlin. Okay, so right now we're at this kind of this cross section here. This whatchamacallit, meeting point. Some of the stuff is still in it. So far, the performance is pretty good. Everything's loading really well. I don't know if they're probably using some pretty good textures. These are some serious builders, so you're going to be using some pretty tight textures. So as I've always told people in Second Life, you really need to kind of sit and let stuff load a bit. But if you have a creative or a smart builder, you're going to have somebody who knows how to use textures appropriately, or make sure that they're optimized to stream easily and stuff like that. So this is like a little shop. Salamander, that is not a word. Shinflagmitten. That's too many syllables. Let's see. You know what, Joe? You'd have to answer in the chat room there. If these are like period-specific brands, do you require that shops have period-specific stuff, or like you know what I mean? Or does it have to have they have to be accurate or whatever? Let's see. Oh, no. Oops. Oh, you can buy them. And then once you can buy them, I guess you could put them into your own little area or whatever. So like all these there's Nivea. I know Nivea. That's like a famous beauty brand. So here's some little, what is this? Is it tea? This is like clothes soap. Everything is 1920s. Now, if it's not, are the people in trouble? You kick them out? That's cool. I mean, look at the ceiling. I mean, just the ceiling detail is possibly one big old texture, or is that a repeating texture? That's pretty impressive right there. Look at that. One nice smooth texture. So that's cool. It's got all 1920s accurate stuff. Let's go out and keep looking here. Drink a burr. Here's a more of a modern shop though, Joe. So what they're doing here is they're selling products that you can buy. You'll often see this a lot in Sims and Second Life. They're going to have some kind of shopping. I think I showed it last time. Some kind of sales or tips or something, so that they can kind of make, because owning your own sim is not cheap. I mean, if we look at the map here, wherever I'm at, let's see here. So Time Portal is one, 1920. I mean, look at the size of it. I mean, that's, so one sim is not, I mean, none of this is cheap. So a lot of time people are just doing this stuff for fun and are paying quite a bit of money to keep these things open. So a shop like this will kind of help them make some of their money back. As you can see, we've got a flapper dress, stuff like that. That's such a, that trolley is such a real sound. It sounded like something coming out of my window. That's cool. It's a trolley. 1920s trolley. Now, Joe, when you put this together, are you trying to accurately build? Are you kind of doing the railroad? I can change time by clicking. Well, I know that, but I don't know. I didn't know you guys were cool with that in this. I didn't know you were okay with. Let's do at least something that's kind of pretty, though. Sunrise is pretty cool, nice and purple. I didn't know that you guys would be cool with, changing the sun. I didn't know if you had a headset. I just lectured people in the last stream about that. This one's still being built, I guess. But anyway, it's like a little toy shop. I gotta go in here. What I was gonna say is, are you using the model railroader or idea, which is that you're not building an actual perfect scale model of a certain area, or it would have to be massive. Where's it coming? Is it coming? Oh, there it goes. Look, train. Or are you trying to build like kind of a small chunk that you also use as a representation of a certain? Because I know model railroad builders do this as well. What they'll often do is they'll take like just a very small section of a train track and build it to accurate, perfect scale, or they'll actually build a much larger train line that represents, let's say, 500 miles in 50 feet or something like that. So I'm curious. Yeah, perfect scale wouldn't fit, but I didn't know if you were just taking like a couple city blocks or whatever. But I mean, this is stuff's loaded. Okay, what do we have here? Music. So we got a music player. Ooh, it's a nice one. Oh, it's a Decca, so that's like a period-specific. Oh, and these are all record. It's a record shop. See, I got the hipster beard going on right now because I didn't shave, so this would work. So it's got... Uh-oh, music! Music! Ah! Copyright infringement. I'm gonna get dinged. Click to dance. Well, why not? Of course I'll click to dance. No, 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 no! No music! So that's like a music shop I don't want to hear right now. Okay, so we'll hear music later. This is somebody's... this looks like a place they're all hanging out. I didn't expect to see a music shop, record shop. The trolley car goes around the streets. The train goes more and more or less around the edges of the sim. That's cool. Oh, the music, I can't stop it. YouTube's gonna be like, you have a copyright infringement. All sound will be muted from now. I get those. Oh, I can't stand them. Sometimes when you see that rubber banding, that's because I'm still loading certain areas or whatever. It happens when you're literally loading all these custom textures, shapes, maybe scripts or whatever, all that stuff when you're loading. I mean, my internet used to be amazing. I had no problems at all, but then I moved, and the only internet I can get a hold of is crappy. It's okay. So you might see that occasionally, even though my computer can run the... See, oh, here's a shop for like hairstyles and stuff, so that's cool. I definitely need a new avatar, so eventually I'll probably have to come shopping for something like that. Oh, see, so I am loading a bit here. Let's go. So this is like the town square. Saying this would look cooler at night, probably. A little bit. See the moonlight and all that stuff. What's casting the shadow? Holy crap, wait. I know what's casting the shadow. I knew it. Look. Blimp. Oh, that's cool. You got a Zeppelin in there and everything. All right, so let's go back to daytime so you guys can see. Bauhaus Studio. I saw them in 1989. 90? 89. Don't get hit by the train. What does happen? You said you couldn't have pushing in the game. In this sim. So if you didn't allow pushing in, and I got pushed away with, this is cool. Bauhaus was a design studio, correct me if I'm wrong, for Joe, if that's how you say it. And they created a lot of the stuff you still see today. Very popular, like art, right? What was it? I thought it was like a design studio. Look at that chair. Look at the reflections off of the... See, I remember when Second Life got a lot of its realistic bit mapping and bump mapping or whatever you call it and all that. I remember all that stuff. That's a really nice chair. Can I have that? How much? Oh no. I didn't want to. I want to own it. Let's get out of it. Stand. That's really nice furniture. I like desks. I bought several desks before. That's a cool desk. Somebody's like just a door. Just to have an extra door hanging out. Bauhaus is a German version of Art Deco sort of. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So that answers that. Let's see here. Drogen, soda fountain. Very cool. In the 20s, the soda fountain was the big place. You go there and they'd actually put soda into a thing, all that stuff. You can work the counter. So this actually has jobs and stuff built in. Look at all the little details. The little fan is awesome. Wow, that's a fancy fan. Wowie zowie. I'm curious, though, why somebody would want to build a 1920s Berlin. I guess the same reason they'd want to build like a 1960s, I don't know, or whatever. You know, like they like the period of time. It is a very interesting period of time for... that is not accurate. That's not how your body works. Period of time for like design, and of course, in America at least, it was a very big time for all sorts of freedoms were coming by, or people started realizing some freedoms. Of course, a lot of people didn't have any freedom back then, but so it was an interesting time. It had a lot of different, comparisons or things you could compare together. T-shirts, hats. So there's some more shopping. If you're, oh look, I want to be like a whatever that's called. He loved 20s and 30s and 40s, and Berlin was the most exciting place in the world back then, ahead of everywhere. So Berlin was a very popular kind of a swank, very forward-thinking. Oh my gosh, I said swank, and look, it's right there, the word. Somebody built a giant version of a hat to go in the window. That's cool. So there's the trolley. Photo studio cling. So it's like a picture studio. I bet they have their, look, I'm going to guess they have their photo section upstairs. Let's look. Oh, is there a dark room? Yeah, look, a dark room. Oh, we gotta turn the sun off for this. Look, it's all dark. Cool. Where's the drip? Please tell me it's dripping. Sink is nice. Bet the sink really works. Turn it on. Usually they really work. Maybe because I'm not the owner. Let's go back to daytime. Photography in Second Life is actually a very popular thing. You can see why. I mean, when you have avatars and environments that you can create, and then you can take those photos, those screenshots you take in Second Life, and you can actually put them in oh, cool. Haha, look at that. You can actually Photoshop them. You can add effects. There's a lot of Second Life photographers I see advertised, you know, shown on social media and stuff like that. That is a nice shot. Look how big it is. This took a lot of work. The cool thing about Second Life is you can create walls and roofs and stuff relatively easy, these basic shapes. Where the true, I think, the really good builders come in are their use of light, but also their use of texture and understanding how light will play on it. So you get people who can, was already in there? Yeah. People who will build something that as it moves, it can create a certain shadow. I mean, you get all sorts of neat stuff. Anything you can think up in the real world, you can do in Second Life as far as design. So there was, what is this place? Oh, cool. You know what this reminds me of? I was at the Capitol in Texas, and Texas's Capitol was built in like 1820 or 30 or whatever. It was a long time before this, but they love portraits of like supporters like this. It reminds me of kind of like that, or it reminds me of if you go into a famous, kind of like an old steakhouse, they'll always have pictures of people. Look, a lot of these people who are donating, I don't know if this was conscious or not, but they're all dressed up in, it seems like, period garb. Most of them are. So either they're fans of it as well. I'll just stay in first person. Our admins. A lot of times, this is in Second Life, you can actually click on them like this, and it will, if they're online, it'll actually send them a message or bing them or whatever. Again, Second Life has that option because you can, oh, look at that photo right there. That looks almost real. Some of these do. Long-term tenants, so these are people who live here. All these people are obviously dressed up. She's just a maid. Poor woman has to do everybody else's work. This one here has an old avatar, an older avatar, older style. So those are some tenants, people who continue to live here. I don't know what place. This looks like a bank, so I'm not going to invade and steal their money. Let's see, what is that? Achtung, which means attention, right? In case of a sim emergency such as griefers or Nazis, find a... Blah, blah, blah. It is Germany of the 20s, so you're going to have some people showing up. They don't like to have that. Also, Second Life has a policy against certain types of imagery and stuff like that. It's perfectly understandable, and they should make sure people grief. Back in the day, and Joe, you probably remember this too, I'm sure, back in the day, people were very, very... Oh, look at phone is nice. Really, really horrible about griefing. Like, they would find ways to wreck any type of event you could, and not only would they wreck the event, but they would actually physically wreck it by like putting things to block into that's your town hall. You know, it was used to be a griefer's paradise. It's a lot better now because your sim controls and your other scripts and stuff like that can kind of help protect you. I'm gonna go in. Why not? Now this is a nice hallway, I've got to say. One of the things you find in Second Life is that people, when they build a hallway or a house, I did this myself, you'll often build it really large because you're always zoomed out like this. And so you'll feel cramped, but when you zoom into first person mode, it feels like a nice, cozy, normal hallway. So that's kind of cool to see. Little rooms like this, little small rooms. This is really cool. Who's housing, man? Oh, the orphanage! Oh no! Now I feel horrible. I'm drinking in front of children. Your uniforms are kind of plain. I feel bad there's an orphanage. Look, there's a Zeppelin from A Christmas Story. Fruit looks good. I'm glad to see that there's no little children around I'd feel bad about. Oh, look, it's a Freddy hall. Whoa, wicked, look. That's where the booze is kept. I'm just going to creep around all their stuff. Look, there it goes. Woo. Photos, pictures, stories, puzzles. I wonder if those are they actually open. A lot of stuff. Oh, look, see? I just clicked on that book. This is one of Second Life's many tricks. It'll actually res a copy of that book into my inventory or can give me a copy of that book. When you make something in Second Life or if you sell it, you can decide whether you want to sell the original one, the one that they're actually looking at. So a lot of art dealers or art makers, I used to do this because I have art. And, oh, it's depart. You'll actually sell the original copy and then you can put protections on it so that people can't copy it, stuff like that. Or you can do something like, let's say you want to sell copies. Like in this case, let's say I click on that and it says it's going to give you a copy of that photo book. That way it can stay up there on the shelf and look cool as part of the scenery. And then, oh, here's like a map. And then other people can get it. You can give out free copies that way. And then you can even make it where the copies can't be copied or where they can be copied. So see, this is how I like little tiny nooks and crannies and stuff. There's mail. I'm curious, Joe, if these stamps and stuff are period accurate. I'm going to say that they are. I'm going to bet that they are. It's really, really cool. Oh, this is their orphanage, all the people hanging out. Did I go up here yet? I didn't. I better not find a dead body or something. Oh, look, little beds. Got the little bunk beds and stuff. A cabinet. This is a nice armoire, whatever you call that. You'll see me craning my head around like this, especially in first-person mode. So that's an orphanage. They got little toy posters. How cute is that? Nuremberg stove, the ship. That might is that. When was it Titanic? 2000, 1918, something like that. I don't know. Can't remember. Look at the space age train. It's kind of funny some of the technology. They thought we'd have some more of them. Somebody's got a little photo here. Look at that. He's got photos of his family or something. That's super adorable. A lot of little details for sure. You guys and girls have done some very hard work. It's the toilet. A lot of hard work on this sim. You should be very proud. I'll get on the trolley later. No, I'm going to get on the trolley now. Hurry up, trolley. Whoa! Oh, I wasn't sitting. I should have sat. Posters around the time period, very cool. So I'm wondering if you found people. Hey, there's somebody in here. What are you doing in here, punk? Get out of my shop. I'm wondering if you found people, like you made the sim and then you found people who found that they were already interested in signing up, or people who... Gotta have one of these. Or people who got interested because of the sim. No, moon pie. Hold on. Guten Abend. Where would I like to travel today? Just looking. Okay. Whoa. Hey. Oh, look. Oh, cool. There's another big building. Oh! Thank you. An old car. Am I getting out of town? Whoa! Organic is a Berlin tour guide. So I will keep that in mind. That's what's cool about Second Life, is you can really find things that... I mean, it's... The only way it could get better is with virtual. Of course, we talk about this all the time, but I can't do virtual. I don't have the headset, but also I have glasses and bad eyes. I get motion sickness relatively easy. it's not going to work for me. When they get that stuff fixed, I think this. I mean, you would just be able to create an entire, almost a physical world. You could. I bet they could even put gloves with like sensory, so push back on you and stuff like that. I mean, in 20 years, it's going to be amazing. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. See, those books are loading there. Some things will... Oh, look at coffee. Oh, coffee. Doop, coffee. Where'd my coffee go? Let me get my coffee. Recent. Objects. Coffee. Where? Am I wearing it? Avatar complexity. Ooh, I'm having coffee, look. I need a better avatar. Somebody needs to help me make a better avatar. Don't cross your arms, Bo. Okay, let's keep walking. This glass, I'm really happy to see that old school glass. These posters, I have no idea what these says, but I have a feeling they say something about like disease. Don't pet that rabid dog, that kind of thing. Let's go up the stairs. I like that trolley sound in the background. If you notice, well, you might not notice it, but I can definitely hear it when I had both headphones in before, especially. As the trolley goes away and goes around, it actually is in stereo sound. It sounds really, really nice. This is a hospital. I feel creepy being in a hospital. Ooh, look. Why am I doing this? Here, we can just do this. The magic of Second Life. Oh, gross. It's like a book for... flowers. It's like a book for medical charts and stuff like that. This is their lovely founder. One of the tricks you can do too, if you notice, the light, you'll actually put the light or even the reflections on the actual object. And then later you can actually light it in a certain way. I don't know if that light is on or not. See, check it out. Let's go ahead and do this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. See? So you can create light. You can do all sorts of really, really cool things. Let's keep looking. Oh boy, what is this? This is the asylum, isn't it? Nope, nothing there. Oh, where am I going? Ah, loading for a second. I forgot how chewy these were. Little car. Hey Joe, do you put like a bad people on the edge of town? Like you tell them that you're banned. You're banished. This is where Scott lives. Scott's no fun. He's got hot rods. He's got hot rod poster. What is this? Is this a map of the town? Is this a map of the town? Answer me. Where was I at? I was just at... I realized I can't read German. No, people live where they can afford to live. Okay. Oh, sorry. In other words, the scum you keep out in the poor set, you're like, get out, scum. I own this town. See, so Joe, I guess if she runs it, she could say, I own this town. Like they do in the movies and be... Look, oh, there's somebody running. He's following me. He's following me. Where's the clock sound? There's the Zeppelin. This is the post. Now I take it these posts, these newspapers are period accurate. Maybe you got a newspaper from that time. Articles, whatever. That's actually really impressive. Now I can't read German, so I don't know what that says. But still, really, really interesting stuff. It's like magazines, all from that period. Now here's the question though, did you try to kind of consciously, not a magazine, what? Uh-oh, I'm not gonna look at the naughty magazines. Did you consciously try to keep all the, like within a 5-year period, or did you just say anything within 20s? Like in other words, what I find in 1928, car, You know what I'm saying. Let's go out this way. Actually, I'm from the bad side of town. See, there's a neon sign. Ooh, it's a club. I think this is a naughty club. I'm gonna go in there. Let's keep going. Do you have a zoo? Show. Thanks. I don't know why I just got a texture. Oh, is that book? Do you have a zoo here? We're trying to stick to 1920. Oh, really? Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I hear a car. Just peeled out. Whoa. It's like a train station. Let's let everything load for a moment. Let's chew. I'd hate to die live because I could see the articles right now. Man dies while streaming Second Life. And people would just love that. They would eat it up. The statue. I want to see if it's like based on the one in real life. So let's let that load for a minute. Again, this is the only probably rough spot of Second Life is that it has to work. The textures have to load. If you're going to allow people to create items like their own custom items, it has to load and it takes a while. But once you get used to that, it's not bad at all. I usually I'll go up to a shop and I'll just kind of chill for a second as it loads up. This is a really cool looking shop. Oops. Oh, this is another shop. It's cool that your shops also, or it seems like they're attempting to stay within the period kind of look. They're not just, I've been to like Fantasy Realms Sim and it's like we have dragons and stuff. And you walk up and they've got a mall. It's like bright neon. It just doesn't work. Oh, there's somebody in there. Is that a crane? Let this load real quick. Who made this? Wow. Load, hurry. Oh, this is all built. This is all built around that style. Look at that crane. Oh, oops, sorry. Oops. Sorry to bother you. Oop, oop. Oop. Run away, run away. Let's see here. Oh, it's all built by that. It's all that same, that bird matches all the design. That's fantastic. She's the designer of all those dresses. Well, good work. I should have let that bird load. It was loading a little bit low on. Oh, look at the car. Yeah, that's sweet. Look at that. See the metallic sheen and all that stuff? That's all a setting you can have set. Can I steal the car? That looks like a diner. Are you doing seasonal? Do you do season changes? This looks like Automat. Oh, an Automat is a foods joint. Yeah. Just a lonely guy in here after his luck. Whoa, hey buddy. How you doing? Hello. I don't know how to speak German. Just pretend I'm an American visiting you. Look, an Automat. I know this word. If you're a millennial, you probably you go in there. Basically, you're going to put in a nickel or a dime or whatever it was, and you pick out your food. So they have all these little. Man, this is a lot of detail. You put all your you have all your little food items in there. People are back there behind it preparing it. You basically go up and feed it. It was like a vending machine, and it would give you your food. If you ever watch an old, like an old 1920s movie or even 30s, and I think in the 40s as well, you'll see a lot of automats. I don't know what they were called later or whatever, but they were kind of like diner culture, open all night, kind of like a vending machine. And I've heard stories of them that back in the real day, you go in there, if you went in there late 3 in the morning, you would have, this is awesome. you would have a, you'd get food that had been there for a day, so you really had to kind of catch them. But they'd be back behind there cooking the food and put it into the little slots. Look at the columns, dude. That's freaking incredible. I'm also curious how long the whole thing took. I'm sure you probably just started off and it built over time. Wintergarten, Hindenburg, Volts. So Hindenburg, of course, he was the blimp dude, right? Was he also was he an automobile maker? So I don't know. Look at that. Those are some cool tech. See, this is weird. The brick are all textures, and then they must have laid out. See, I like to think how the builder thinks. I think it's interesting. They must have, because this drawing is different. They must have actually have a texture of just that section or something. Just look at that. That's awesome. Oh, my coffee is steaming. That's what I'm seeing here. So it's got a little chalk. What is this place? Oh, it's a little skull. Look at that. See that text right there for some reason not loading? So you've got your chickens and your bees and there's your frog. The old frog, everyone when it was of a certain age remembers probably when we were kids having to actually, it's a semi-transparent layer on top of the floor. So they have the actual floor texture and then they let the semi-transparent. Actually, if you're into game design, Second Life is a good place to go because you really learn how to do textures effectively and lighting, like all that stuff I was saying earlier. You've got to, like I said, a lot of people will take it and then they'll go through the different settings of the sun or whatever, and they'll say, hey, how does it look here? And how does it look here? And how does it look, and you'll mess with it to make sure everything works. And that's just what, a smart designer would do. I was recently in here in Austin, they have a citywide garage sale, which is actually an $8 entry, like a antique kind of show for amateurs. So I didn't really like it as much. I would rather have had it been a garage sale. But somebody was literally selling all these school type posters. Oh, there's an anthill. For, and I was like, these are incredible. The art was amazing. And they wanted just insane amounts of money for them. I felt, they have a terrarium. What are they? Oh, it's an aquarium with fish. So again, the fish they have the animations. The fish are animations, textures. There's a loading too as well. And now you've got a moving aquarium. It's just really clever how people end up doing textures and stuff. Side note, von Hindenburg was the president of Germany. I'm sorry, I should have known that. I really should have. Who was our president in the 20s? By R, I mean Texas president. Oh, look, lemonade, pie. Funny story. In my old state of Oklahoma, they actually went to an old school, I believe it was, or it was an old school in Oklahoma, I should say, I believe. And they were ripping back wallpaper or paint or something. They came across a can't remember what the year on the chalkboard was. It was almost 100 years old, or if it wasn't 100 years old. And it had the original writing from that day. I think they said they closed the school down, kicked everybody out, and were redoing it or whatever, and it just covered it up. And so there was math and notes and everything from that very day. It was really, really interesting. They actually have it on display now. Well, this is a cool school. Oh, and Harding. Well, see, you probably Googled that. So that's not fair. I knew Hindenburg was the president of Germany. Duh. I had no idea. I mean, it's familiar, if that helps. There's a library and a reading area. Let's see here. Let's see, where did I go? See, that's a layer. That's a really nice little design, little idea there. Question, designer. Did you have an actual child draw this and then put it on there? That's what I'm curious. Or is this an adult's children's drawing? See what I mean? Hopscotch. I forgot how to play hopscotch. Here, let's see. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, so I'm not able to play it. There you go. You got the idea. I have an animation on my avatar that makes it do all that silly stuff. You can sit on it. I can sit on what? We got a lag in the stream, so Like as Fonzie says, sit on it, Potsy. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow, that's nice. I really want to live there. Aww. Whose house is this? I want to live there. That's a really nice place. Room to let. Okay. I've talked about this before in Second Life. I've actually done videos on it. Yeah, the drawing. The boarding house. You can find apartments for rent in Second Life. I was actually going to do an entire stream just talking about renting a place in Second Life, because what you have is you have people who might buy an entire sim, an entire, server to themselves. And they say, you know what I want to do is I want to build a bunch of buildings. Or you can do a theme thing like, hey, Gustav. There he is again. He's following me for sure. He's really dapper. That is a sweet bike, though, actually. Anyway, so you can get a place, and you can actually rent. You're building a structure, and then within that structure, because the walls are physical, or can be, I'm just giving up. Hi, Gustav. Or because the walls are actually physical, you can literally create a space that people can say, that's going to be my space, I rent it. And then they can put a little thing in the room. It could be a lamp, it could be in the shape of whatever, and you click on that and you actually can pay your rent, and they can say it. They can say, oh, you pay us per week or per month, or you can pay it. Fantastic. Now that right there is not period accurate. Am I right? Linden. That's the studio, the people who made Linden Lab, who make Second Life. It's kind of a cute little nod. Wow, there's people everywhere. Look, he's cooking. Oh, see, so you can actually sit down and eat and all that stuff like that, or they actually will sell you the items. This is another interesting thing about Second Life, is if you see something cool, and you're like, that is the coolest thing. Hello. Oh, he's got a bakery. This is ridiculously cool. Oh, who said that? Sure. Where did it come from? Morgan, where are you at, though? Because actually, I'm getting ready to end this stream. Was it up here? Yay. Oh, I heard a door. Oh. Oh, did I? Oh, Morgan. Sorry, I've been eating moon pies. Yes, please. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Let's go. Where's this upstairs, though? There's a baby crying. I mean, look at all the little details. It's just ridiculous. It really is. Oh, he's going to keep making his food while I follow him. Oh, up here. Yeah, let me in. I'm going to steal everything. I'm stealing everything. Look at the view. It's so quaint. I've been to a lot of role-play sims in Second Life, vampires and trolls and fantasy, and in a way, this is more interesting because it's role-play in a way, but you're in a life that we've actually lived. So I mean, you know what I mean? It's just really interesting. A little how slow that slides apart. It's really nice detail. So I'm going a little fast here with my view. I'll try to slow down a bit. It's got a little fire. Better have some baked goods. Look at that. He's got a painting of baked goods because he's a baker. So I'm going to go up to the very end here. Let's see. There's the bathtub. I was going to say you better have frosted windows. There's another one. Wow. Again, I'm moving kind of fast, so the textures, I'm not giving them totally time to load. With Second Life, you need to take time and to kind of enjoy yourself. Very cool. Look at that scene there, that little view. So that is just a chunk of the 1920s Berlin. Before I go, though, what I need to do is, I always like to hover over here so that people who watch the streams later can see. Oh, he lives above the shop. Right, that's true. So this is the 1920s Berlin project. You can actually just search for it whenever you open your little magnifying glass, or just search for 1920. Oops. 20s Berlin. Let's see if that works. Oops, I didn't even. Oh, look, I didn't even type it right, and it still finds it. You're going to be able to click on that, teleport to it, which I'm already there, but it's going to show me somewhere else, and bam. So you can teleport right to it. Very cool. Actually, what's weird is when Joe has a link on her profile, and whenever I went to hers, that's where it was in the courtyard there. So that's weird, Joe. It's like your link was a little bit different. This must be like the public entrance, probably. So they have a time portal. That's cool. Cute idea. Look at that. And you go back in time. Overall, I'm going to say this is a fantastic. I'm glad I visited. I've been to a lot of role-play sims, like I said. This one is really, I think, active, and they have accurate things because all this stuff was in our history, so you can look it up. Perfect for those people who really like details and looking up things in history and all that, or just dorks like me who really need a new avatar and need to work on that. But thanks, guys, for checking me out. I'm going to be doing, of course, more Second Life. I'm not sure when I'll be doing it next. I've just recently started to get back into streaming because I had a graphics card that broke, and I've been working a lot, etc., etc. So hopefully I'll be able to get a lot more done soon. Follow me on Twitter at beau_hindman. This is on YouTube right now because you cannot stream Second Life on Twitch because it's banned on Twitch. So all of my videos eventually wind up in YouTube. But if you want to watch me live on Twitch, I actually stream on Twitch and then put the videos on YouTube. Usually, if it's Second Life or another game that I can't play on Twitch, I'm going to stream to YouTube, if that makes sense. So just watch my Twitter at beau_hindman. If you want to read all my old articles and stuff like that from my years of writing and covering, I've been doing videos since 2007. Just Google me, beau-hindman, and you'll be fine. Thanks, everybody. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to go walk around Berlin. I'm going to do some flapping. I'm going to get me a haircut like that. I'll never look as cool as these people, but it's cool. It's cool. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. I'll see you next time, next week sometime, actually. Have a good night and a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.